Back on WMB, but it's MD again. Dileep Rao, the actor, joins us to talk. Dileep's been wanting to come in and talk politics. He's well studied, as I'm sure you'll be able to glean from the conversation. Gas prices. The Republicans are trying to take a hold of gas prices as their issue here. Gas prices are rising all across the country. There's never, I don't remember a time when you said, "Wow, gas prices have really gone down recently."
Yeah.
They've had little bumps here and there, but for the most part, it's been a steady climb since they went up. Nobody knows what to attribute it to. People think they're being gouged by the oil companies. People think that because of Libya, gas prices are going up. People have thought because of oil spills in the past. People thought of the Iraq War in the past, the Kuwait War. There's always a reason that makes little to no sense.
Right.
It just seems like when it's July 4th, they go up because the gas stations want to make more money. But the real point that I want to talk about here is the political capital that the Republicans are trying to use here by taking gas prices and tying it to the president, which I think is really clever. I think it's really smart. I think any time that anything's wrong in the country, you can tie it to a sitting president, you do that. However, what makes it so much more frustrating is the response from the Democrats. You'll be shocked to know there is none. You'll be shocked to know that the Democrats have not come out and talked about the subsidies that the oil companies get, the money that they're making hand over fist each year, profits that break record profits from previous years. Yet we're all paying more at the pump, and the jobs are going away. And now, they're saying, there are people that are saying with straight faces that by the middle of the summer it's going to be $6 a gallon for a gallon of gas.
I think the number one response Democrats should have is what you first said, which is that these companies make, 89% more profit year over year. ExxonMobil, I think, just declared their Chevron, Texaco, one of those companies. Both of them are within spitting distance, 89, 75% year over year profits. And we're seeing a rise of over $1 a gallon. That is what I think it is they should need to go, what the Democrats need to do is go after the opportunism of the petrochemical industry, which is that anytime there's a foreign threat like Libya destabilization, or hey, we have a refinery offline, they use the opportunism of anytime the oil rises to shock gas prices higher, and as you say, they never come back down. Right. So they just start building in profit that we are not able to say, hey, wait a minute, time out. This is a national resource that we are absolutely addicted to. We cannot live without gasoline. It's an absolute, fundamental resource, and we should have better regulation. There should be people at those refineries saying, wait a minute, you're going to close this refinery during this period? We'd like legitimate reasons as to why it's being closed.
Right, and what John Boehner is saying, well, the president hasn't endorsed any kind of exploration. There's been no new exploration here. New exploration here, we have proven, does not bring gas prices down. It is clear that there's nothing that the Republicans have ever proposed that has brought the price of gas down. Now, in fairness, neither have the Democrats. But to tie the gas prices to the president and have it be undefended, I think is a death sentence for Democrats running for both the reelection and the presidency and trying to save the Senate. And I think that they're going to have to find a way to tie these Republicans to the oil companies, which everybody does by default. But they have to be vocal about it. This is a typical position the president has taken of sitting back, letting everybody else fight the fight, and thinking it's going to go his way. It's not going.
Sometimes it's a great strategy when you want to do the rope-a-dope. Let them punch themselves out. Yeah. It happened on healthcare, and he came back and passed it. Okay, he let the fire burn for a little bit.
Well, I think he got rope-a-doped on healthcare personally as well.
But I do think he did get the bill through, and that is, I think, in a very hairy environment, he did come back and get that done. I think that is something of a victory. There are things like this, though, where you can't rope-a-dope, because if you let them punch you on this, it will stick. Right. And it will look like, hey, here was a president who didn't act when people asked him to lower gas prices. Now, no one remembers that this happened during Bush's presidency, and any president cannot lower gas prices. That just isn't something within his power. Yeah. But I do think politically it makes a lot of sense to tie the gas companies, the oil companies, and Petro Research to the Republicans, say these people made 90% profits year over year at your expense at the pump. That would be a great strategy.
Yeah, it would be a great strategy. There also has to be some empathy in the rhetoric. Bill Clinton said, "I feel your pain." I don't think, even when Barack Obama says it, that America believes that he does. There's an aloofness to him that is going to have to change on. And this is a perfect issue where he can just jump on it and say, listen, I do feel your pain. I don't have to drive. I'm the President of the United States. But when I drive around in the back of my motorcade and I pass gas stations and it says that the prices are $4.50, $5 a gallon, getting close to $5 a gallon, it does resonate with me. I've had to pay gas. When I was a state senator and I was driving my car around Chicago, when I was organizing, I had to pay for gas, and it's now $3 or $4 more expensive than when I last had to buy a tank. There has to be some kind of talk. The president needs to do that if he wants to win re-election. He has to be able to speak like a person and not like an aloof president.